Let me go across now to our correspondent Aisha Khanam, who is also standing by since morning today. She's accompanied with another set of kids today. This morning, Aisha, what are these kids asking you now? What are they telling you? Their experiences? Have they been watching, this celestial event through webcast and through live, through personal experience as well?
Well, Nancy, the clouds have been gracious enough, to give us the glimpse of this spectacular event, and the kids have managed to catch the glimpse of it twice here at the Bangalore Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium, and they are very excited about this fact that they could see this for a few seconds, though it was a partial eclipse that they are able to see from here, and even now they are able to witness it here, but not as spectacular as it was earlier, that is before 9 a.m. as such. But we see that many of them have captured wonderful pictures, excellent pictures of the eclipse on their mobile phones. I'm surprised to see that the mobile phones have captured beautiful pictures of this grandeur. And we are talking about high resolution cameras, we are talking about telescopes, we are talking about kilostat. But the mobile phones have got very good pictures, kids and as well as the adults, you have captured good pictures.
Yeah, we have taken this picture and almost 75% of the eclipse, it is very much visible here, which is very clearly visible here.
Yeah, so they have captured very good pictures on the mobile cameras itself, so we need not go for high resolution telescopes. You managed to see the eclipse?
Yeah, it's very beautiful. I'm happy to see the eclipse, and it's very beautiful. When I came here for the first time, I don't want to move. I want to see the full eclipse. And they gave even special glasses so that the rays of the sun cannot reach our eyes when the sun is very bright.
So you happy now?
Yes.
So can you write a good essay on solar eclipse now?
Yes, ma'am, I can write.
How many words?
200 words.
Okay. So they have seen solar eclipse. Now they can write very lengthy 200 words essay on solar eclipse. You have witnessed solar eclipse? Did you see?
Yes. It was really nice to see.
Okay. You?
It was my first time to see a solar eclipse. I'm very happy to see it.
Okay.
I'm very glad to see it.
Okay. So now they are happy, they are satisfied, they have seen the solar eclipse. Many of the first timers, these kids have seen solar eclipse for the first time in their lives. And the other kid was telling me that if she does not see solar eclipse today, she has no patience to wait for 15 more years when another a spectacular event, a celestial event would occur.
Yes, Aisha.
So here we see the enthusiasm, but right now we are awaiting for the scientists, the astrophysicists to react to the kind of pictures that they have.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. They are being enthusiastic and patient both at the same time. Clearly, in fact, Prime Minister Modi has tweeted. Prime Minister Modi also witnessed the final solar eclipse of the decade this morning. The Prime Minister in a tweet said, I quote, "Like many Indians, I was enthusiastic about the solar eclipse 2019. Unfortunately, I could not see the sun due to cloud cover, but I did catch the glimpses of the eclipse in Kozhikode and other parts on the live stream. Also enriched my knowledge on the subject by interacting with the experts," unquote. Prime Minister Modi there tweeting and in fact talking about his own experience where he watched that a few glimpses of the solar eclipse through the live streaming. Let's go back to our correspondent Aisha Khanam in just a bit, but before we go back to her, let's in fact have these visuals up for you on our screens. We're just going to play those visuals for you on our screens. In fact, yes, right, absolutely. He also shared some photographs in his on his Twitter account. Yes, these are the visuals that we have for you of Prime Minister Modi, who shared these visuals from his Twitter account, where he also, in fact, like all of us, gazed at the sky this morning to catch a glimpse of the rare annular solar eclipse 2019, talking also with the experts, interacting with the experts, and he said in his tweet that by talking to them, he also enriched his own knowledge on the subject, and in fact, he also did catch glimpses of the eclipse in Kozhikode and other parts on the live stream. These are the visuals of what he mentioned on his Twitter account, that latest tweet by Prime Minister Modi about the solar eclipse 2019. He said he was enthusiastic about the solar eclipse, and he in fact also understood the subject in detail by interacting with the experts there, the domain experts as well. There those visuals that we played out for you of Prime Minister Modi there, and in fact if we can have that tweet by Prime Minister Modi once again on our screens, and what he shared about his experience as far as solar eclipse 2019 is concerned. And in fact, Prime Minister Modi was talking about his own experience. There you have it. Unfortunately, I could not see the sun due to cloud cover, but I did catch glimpses of the eclipse in Kozhikode and other parts on live stream. Also enriched my knowledge on the subject by interacting with the experts. That is Prime Minister Modi's tweet there as far as him witnessing the solar eclipse 2019 is concerned. He was also talking about how he was so enthusiastic, like all of us, witnessing the solar eclipse 2019. We'll in fact be playing those visuals for you once again, those visuals that we have looped for you of Prime Minister Modi there gazing at the sky, being a keen observer, a watcher there clearly of this rare annular solar eclipse 2019. Prime Minister Modi had also in fact been watching that in the sky, the ring of fire in the sky, the solar spectacle that is being called as Prime Minister Modi's visuals there of looking at the sky, trying to catch a glimpse of the solar eclipse 2019. And in fact, he also spoke with the experts, the domain experts, to try and understand this subject in great detail. He then in fact narrated his own experience, what it was like for him personally on his Twitter account, saying that he was so enthusiastic about solar eclipse 2019, but the cloud cover in fact did make all of us wait a bit longer. These visuals of these images of Prime Minister Modi looking at the sky, trying to catch a glimpse, and then later on interacting with the domain experts. They're trying to understand the phenomena that it is, the scientific phenomena that the solar eclipses are, and why this is so very special one, a rare annular solar eclipse. There you see those that presentation in front where Prime Minister Modi is standing. Of course, that ring of fire looks like a ring of fire in the sky, that graphic presentation there in one of the visuals. But these visuals being looped for you of Prime Minister Modi earlier on from the day to day, where he was also in fact one of the enthusiastic viewers of the solar eclipse 2019, the annular solar eclipse 2019, and then later on speaking with the domain experts, interacting with them, try and getting more understanding of what the solar eclipse is all about and why this solar eclipse is so very special and rare as India and the entire world watch the annular solar eclipse. All right, let's go back to our correspondent Aisha Khanam. Okay, we will go back to her in just a bit, but let's in fact tell you more about Prime Minister Modi's tweet. If we can have that tweet up for you once again and play it out for you. There you have it. Prime Minister Modi tweeting that he was so enthusiastic about seeing the solar eclipse 2019 today, but the clouds did not in fact make that possible early on as we were all expecting it to be. But he said, like many Indians, I was enthusiastic about the solar eclipse 2019. But unfortunately, I could not see the sun due to cloud cover, but I did catch the glimpses of the eclipse in Kozhikode and other parts on the live stream, and then also enriched my knowledge on the subject by interacting with the experts. While clearly for those who could not watch this live or who were not there at any planetarium like others were, they could and they still can watch this this celestial event on the live stream, and this is what also Prime Minister Modi is talking about in his tweet, in his latest tweet, as far as solar eclipse 2019, the annular solar eclipse 2019 is concerned. Prime Minister Modi there saying that he witnessed there from Kozhikode and on live stream as well some parts of the solar eclipse 2019. And to the left of our screens, along with the tweet of the Prime Minister, we are playing those visuals of which Prime Minister Modi is talking about in his tweet. These images where Prime Minister Modi was in fact one of the keen observers, watchers, gazers there at the sky, that of this celestial event, this phenomena, this rare annular solar eclipse that took place this morning. And of course, the cloud cover was a bit of a spoiled sport, but all of us were enthusiastic about it, and how the entire India and the entire world in fact was watching the annular eclipse. Prime Minister Modi there looking at the sky and in fact being a witness to this rare celestial event, the rare annular solar eclipse 2019. Ring of fire in the sky, this was being termed as it clearly looks spectacular, a ring of fire clearly in the sky. It was a solar spectacle for all of us, and Prime Minister Modi was also witness to this rare celestial event, being a witness to it, and also in fact watching parts of it on the live stream, as he mentioned in his tweet a short while back. These images also of what Prime Minister Modi mentioned in his tweet of him interacting with the domain experts, getting to know more, a deeper understanding of what, and in fact these graphic presentation as well, where Prime Minister Modi is looking at the graphic presentation of what looks like a ring of fire in the sky, what we all witnessed clearly in the sky today. This was of course a rare celestial event for all of us, and Prime Minister Modi in fact through these images we are getting to know him looking at the ring of fire in the sky and talking with the domain experts to get a deeper understanding on the subject. And Prime Minister Modi had also in fact watched it live stream, and also from Kozhikode, this rare celestial event. Remember, this was to become the best possible visible scene from southern parts of the country, but the cloud cover did hamper that a bit, did really play a bit of a spoiled sport, making us wait a bit longer, but the enthusiasm in all of us did not die anytime soon, and everybody is so enthusiastic about this celestial event and these visuals, these images of Prime Minister Modi as well, who watched all of this through presentations and with interacting with the experts, and then also in fact in Kozhikode and through live stream as well. All right, let's go back to our correspondent Aisha Khanam. She is there at the planetarium. Aisha, it's great to see that Prime Minister Modi, like all of us, was very enthusiastic about the celestial event. This morning we are playing out the tweet of the Prime Minister where he's sharing his own experience. He's in fact, in his tweet he's talking about how he was so enthusiastic, looking forward to this solar eclipse, the rare annular solar eclipse 2019, but of course the cloud cover did hamper that a bit, but nevertheless the enthusiasm in all of us, including these kids, and Prime Minister Modi narrating his own experience in the tweet himself, clearly goes on to show the interest and the scientific orientation that all of us have in these very interesting subjects.
Yes, absolutely, Nancy. The fact that the scientific temper in the country has really gone high, and as you can see, it is very evident from the fact that people from all walks of life have gathered here. It is not just scientists, not just curious students, but people from all walks of life have gathered here, and the Prime Minister is leading all the enthusiasm of all these people. He is representing the enthusiasm of all these people, and he himself trying to take a look at this spectacular event itself speaks about the fact that how the Prime Minister connects with science, and you know very well the Prime Minister has always kept science as the highest priority, even in his governance, be it ISRO, be it the launch of satellites, be it the launch of Chandrayaan. The Prime Minister was every time part of the team. He was with the scientists during these crucial moments. So also the fact that in India also science is given prominence in schools. The Atal Tinkering Lab labs which have promoted and instilled the scientific temper among the students speaks itself about the fact that how science has taken the top priority. The research institutes like IISc, wherein scholarships are given to deserving candidates, also speaks about the fact that how the Prime Minister takes science to a new level.
Yes,
And the fact
surely.
that when he took over as the Prime Minister, he spoke about the fact that India should aim at brain gain, not just brain drain. So that is where we see the involvement of all the sections, various sections of the society coming together and converging at an event like this, which is just a solar eclipse, but for the people it means a lot. For the people it
Absolutely.
means seeing this event with their own eyes, and for many of them it is a moment of being there. And also the fact that students, many of them, as you saw, said that this is the first time that they came here to see a solar eclipse, and this itself speaks about the fact how science has gained prominence in our country, and how
Clearly.
science is on top of mind of the government as well, and the government is giving top priority for
Absolutely.
building scientific temper and bringing out scientists and perhaps more Nobel laureates in the field of science.
Yes, absolutely. Science being given a major thrust and becoming so very important in our daily lives, and this sends out a very strong message. Aisha, Prime Minister of a country, our Prime Minister, with so much keen interest and dedication, clearly, being a witness of this rare celestial event. Showing the scientific importance that, of course, the government also attaches to science as well. And earlier on during our interaction with you, you had a kid from the UK who was sharing his experience that no such arrangement, no such preparations are done when such celestial events are taking place in their country, visible from their country, but it's only in India where these arrangements are made, these measures are put in place. So much interest is there in these rare celestial events, and so much importance is given to these scientific phenomena that takes place. Clearly goes on to say a lot many things.
Yes, absolutely, you're right, Nancy. The fact that the kid who was from England was talking about how he does not see this kind of enthusiasm when such events happen in England. But except NASA, perhaps India is the only country which arranges facilities to come closer to this kind of scientific events, to kind of events related to astrophysics, events related to ISRO. You saw the kind of enthusiasm that was generated when Chandrayaan 2 was to be launched.
Right.
So that is the kind of scientific temper that we are seeing among
Absolutely.
the generation, especially the new generation, the young generation who has gathered here. They are still keen. They are looking very keenly here at the camera, and they want to speak about what they saw. And many of these kids are disappointed about the fact that they could not see the solar eclipse for a longer time, but they are very happy that they could catch the glimpse. And every time the cloud moves away, they clap enthusiastically and they join to watch and have a glimpse of this
Right,
event.
Aisha.
So you saw the solar eclipse.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really unexpected to see such a spectacular event.
So it was unexpected, but then they have a lot of expectations, when they come
Right,
here
Aisha,
to
what do they have
places
to
like
also say about,
Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium.
Yes, and right, Aisha, also what do they have to say about them witnessing this celestial event, and what message are they drawing from these images that we are playing out for them, for everyone here, of Prime Minister Modi being a witness of this celestial event, taking keen interest in the scientific phenomena, speaking with the experts, with the domain experts, and getting more understanding, in fact sharing his own experience. Like everyone else, he was so enthusiastic about the solar eclipse 2019. What is the message, the larger message that the students, the generation of tomorrow drawing from these images that we are playing?
Well, it is very evident of the fact that these students are the future, and these students, when they connect with science at an early age, at an early stage of their learning, it is very clear that the priority is given by the government, and the governance at the center is going in the right direction in
Right.
terms of giving a top priority to science and creating a knowledge pool on science itself. And the fact that many students here came along with the parents, and the parents encouraging the students
Right,
to take
Aisha.
part in an
Yes.
event like this, in an activity like this. So
Sure.
no longer they are indoors when the solar eclipse happens. Many of them are on field, and they want to watch it here. They want to be a part of this event. So it speaks a lot, even when the Prime
Absolutely.
Minister speaks about the fact that he comes out and tries to take a look at the
Yes.
solar eclipse, and he also sends across a message to the country that science is the future, and
Absolutely.
the young generation connecting with science definitely broadens the vision that the Prime Minister has set for the country,
Sure.
taking science and giving science as the top priority.
Absolutely, yes. All right, Aisha and Urmilesh, thanks to both of you very much for joining us and sharing those inputs and perspectives as well. And we're winding up this broadcast on, in fact, those images of Prime Minister Modi taking a look at the sky. And in fact, he had in fact tweeted also about his enthusiasm watching the solar eclipse, and also trying to understand more, getting more inputs, enriching his knowledge by speaking, interacting with the domain experts as well. With that, it's a wrap on this broadcast. Thanks for being with us.